Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just pulling to Joe Biden. Hey, everybody, welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we're talking about those embarrassing nurse videos that keep popping up on TikTok. As most of you know, you've probably seen them circling around social media for weeks now, and we've even covered it here on the show before, but things have changed and a lot has happened since then, so I wanted to update you guys with some new nurse videos. But before we get to that, let's do a little recap. Basically, we all know there's a big health scare going across the globe, and things are getting a little scary out there. Fortunately, it looks like we're beginning to rebound. Things are looking a little bit better, but we're still right in the middle of this. So, this situation is what caused these nurses to start to get a lot of attention. You know, with the sickness going around, a lot of people are going to hospitals, and a lot of people are trying to promote and show how nurses and doctors are really, really serious, really awesome people who are saving lives. I mean, that's still true. Nothing wrong with saying that too, but the contradiction comes when these TikTok videos come out and you see nurses dancing and playing around in the hospital. You see everything's empty. There's nothing going on there. And it kind of is a revealing thing that I don't think many of them expected in the beginning. In the beginning, we saw lots of nurses making these funny TikTok videos. And again, there's nothing wrong with that specifically. If we were in a different situation in a different year, making a few videos while you're at a serious job, like a nurse or something at a hospital, that wouldn't be the end of the world. But right now, it certainly seems a little disrespectful. They've got people dying all over the world. There's this disease spreading, and they're trying to act like they're heroes, and at the same time, they're dancing and doing silly videos and doing like little jigs. They have their songs. You know how TikTok goes. TikTok is that app. You play a song and you do a little dance with your friends. That's all fine and dandy, but would you really want to see your surgeon doing a dance on a video right before he operates on your heart? Or what if you're going to a funeral home because God forbid one of your relatives dies, and then you saw that funeral director had this kind of dance video? Now, granted, these people in serious professions, they have time off. They have time to kind of do a thing. They have a coffee break or a lunch break. They could film a video in a few minutes when they have time off, but that's not what's going on here. This is a different situation because these nurses are definitely seeking attention. They're trying to hype and get in on this fad. They know that nurses are extra popular right now because of this virus and this bad thing going on, so they're trying to hype that up and get attention for themselves, which makes this even worse in my opinion. It's a real terrible thing to see. Not the end of the world either, just kind of eye-opening, I think. I think the main thing that I saw when I first saw these nurse videos was like, oh my gosh, these hospitals aren't as busy as they say. They're trying to act like our hospitals are all packed like we're in the middle of the Civil War or World War II, like there's bodies all over the place and blood and whatnot, like there's people dying everywhere. And it's just not the case because these TikTok nurses have inadvertently revealed that the hospitals are fine, they're empty, the doctors and the nurses have plenty of time to do these videos, which in my opinion take a bit of coordination. Now, some people try to write them off and saying, oh, they could just do it quick on their breaks, but a lot of these dances are like rehearsed. You could tell they've practiced a few times, recorded a few times. They've got multiple people in on it too, which is kind of interesting. Like there's like 10 nurses. Sometimes you'll see 20 in a parking lot doing a coordinated dance. I mean, that takes a lot of effort, and I think any hospital that was actually swamped wouldn't be doing anything like this. Again, it seems disrespectful, and it shows that these places aren't as busy as they think, or as people are meant to think. First, let's go to an article here on Twitter. Caleb and Julia have posted this video, which is pretty funny. Again, it's kind of funny on its own. People carrying a body, kind of doing this whole meme. There's this meme with the funeral thing that has these African guys carrying a coffin, and they're trying to redo that in the hospital with their people. And it just goes to show things aren't that negative there. Things aren't going that bad. In fact, this video even suggests they're getting rid of the virus because it has the name on it there. So they're saying the thing is almost over. They're delivering it. It's dead. Let's move on. And that's a positive message too, but it just goes to show, again, these nurse videos are getting a little out of hand, and people are saying they can't get work or they're struggling. But according to this video, which appears to be from Puerto Rico, which is what this tweet says, things aren't so bad there. Next, we got another video from Caleb. I believe this one has 500,000 views on TikTok, and it's got all these nurses kind of pretending. I mean, I can't show the music here. I know there's some song to go with it. This girl's pretending to play the trumpet. Someone's got a deadpan, and this is a good example of the coordination too. Now, the other one had a little coordination, but it was mostly them just carrying somebody. But this one's got multiple people, different things. They're faking a patient, which is kind of disrespectful on its own, and then they're clapping, they're doing the song. I mean, there's a lot to be said here, but at the same time, it's just a video. I mean, I can't provide a ton more commentary on that, but I think it still stands true to the whole major point. These hospitals have time on their hands. They're also attention seeking, is what I see. I see them trying to capitalize on this situation, which is kind of scummy. Capitalizing on a virus in the wrong way can definitely seem bad, but I know some politicians, especially leftists out there, they say never let a good crisis go wasted. And it appears that the nurses are kind of doing that. It's definitely not the worst way. I mean, they're still doing their jobs. I assume they're still doing their jobs and they're still helping people when they can. But it also shows they have a lot of time in their hands. They're attention seeking and they're just kind of doing this in bad taste. And right now it's important to point out that we're past the point where we can give them the benefit of the doubt. Whenever I made my first video and this first became a story a couple weeks ago, that's when you could say, hey, nurses, you need to cut this out. The hospital should be locking down and saying no more TikToks, no more social media at work. That's what I would do if I was running a place like this. I would be telling them, let's not embarrass ourselves. This is disrespectful and we should stop this and, come up with another way to kill your time. I understand these guys need morale boosts and they have a lot going on in their heads. They need to kind of let loose once in a while, but this is not the way to do it. There's tons of other things you could do to kill time, to be happy. You could watch a movie on your break. You guys could sing a song and post it on your private Facebook. Anything but this whole big TikTok thing. That's what tells me that they're attention seeking. It's like they're taking advantage of the nurse thing. They're taking advantage of everyone talking about this sickness, and then they're trying to capitalize on it, which really can make you sick if you think about it too much. Next, let's go to another one here. I don't even know if I could show much of this one because it's a little graphic. These girls are twerking and it has also an interesting caption. It says working for hazard pay. So they're kind of bragging that they're getting paid extra right now, which is kind of messed up. And it kind of goes back to another thing I thought about during this crisis where some nurses are kind of talking about getting paid more and getting more money while everyone else isn't working. That's pretty disrespectful. It's kind of throwing it in everyone's faces. Sure, these people deserve to get paid, but there are other complications with that too. First of all, people are also kind of overhyping these virus numbers because if they put this health scare's name directly on their patients, they get more money. In a lot of cases, these nurses will get paid extra if they're treating this virus. So that kind of encourages them to put more of those people in that case, in that situation, even if they might not be, they might be suffering from something else or dying from something else, but if they put the virus's name on it, it'll get them more money. So it's showing they have ulterior motives, different motivations, and then also just a disrespectful attitude and attention seeking and this whole thing. They're bragging about getting paid extra. I wish I was getting some hazard pay right now. I've been losing like 60% of revenue. Everything's been going down, even on YouTube. Luckily, gladly, I'm very happy to be working. Don't think that's complaining, but to see someone like this talking about get paid more because of the crisis, I mean, it's basically like them saying this crisis has been good for us. We've got a job that lets us help and work in a hospital that's deemed essential, which it is, but to see them kind of twerking, this dance is very erotic. Again, I can't even show this one. I'm kind of embarrassed for these girls, and it just shows the type of person that's drawn to this nursing profession. I don't want to go down that road too far specifically, but it definitely is drawing in these people that are apt to make social media posts, to post videos and selfies of themselves, and they have these attention-seeking tendencies, and it's coming out really hardcore because of this TikTok app. TikTok is just a trending app that happened to capture them. I mean, we've seen stuff like this on Twitter and YouTube over time, but those platforms are older. Facebook too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those platforms, but the TikTok thing, it just combines the music and the smart app, the smartphone and its app, and it puts it together in a really easy way that makes these videos quickly done and kind of entertaining too. I mean, I don't know if this will last long. I think TikTok's going to go the way of Vine and be dead in a few years because it's not profitable, but it is fun to watch. I understand the intrigue, and it's like a really easy entryway to get some social media attention, and that's what we're seeing here today. Because if you think about it, these guys had to make an edited video like this, or if they had to make interesting posts on Twitter multiple times a day, garnering a Facebook audience is much different, but posting these silly little TikTok videos while you're a nurse is super easy, and you're going to get boosted just for being a nurse, first of all, just for being a girl, since most of the nurses are girls, and then from there, we got to involve the tags of the virus and the hospital stuff, and then they're doing the dances with certain songs, and you can see where this all came from. And here's our last video from Joey Salads, and this appears to be a sort of rendition of Titanic. They're doing the Titanic thing. They're doing Rose and Jack on the top of Titanic. The song's playing in the background. I can't play that, but they do have the little boats. And it's a funny little thing. I mean, I'm not denying this looks kind of cute. I like that they're coordinated. They're getting a cool song. They've got some stuff going on there, but it really shows the points we're saying before to reinforce them. It says, you know, they have some time on their hands. That hospital doesn't look busy or strapped or terrible. It's not even dirty. And that's good. I mean, I don't want people to be hurt or dying. I don't want hospitals to be full, but it contradicts the narrative where they're saying that's what's the case is in these places. They've been pushing that, and that's why they say they should continue lockdowns. The leftists are trying to shut down this country for longer, take down the economy, and ruin everyone's jobs. That way they can sabotage this year's election. Make no mistake, this is part of that, but in a good note, these TikTok nurses are exposing the fraud there. They're showing that these hospitals are better off than they say. They're showing that these nurses have more time on their hands and are doing things that busy people wouldn't be doing. That about wraps things up. Thanks for watching today's nurse video. I hope you guys enjoyed those little clips of TikToks and my commentary on them. Make sure you guys comment your thoughts on everything below. Tell me what you think about TikTok, these nurse videos, these extended lockdowns, the supposed rumor that the hospitals are all packed when clearly they're not. I want to hear all your thoughts below. I'll be reading them. And thanks again for watching No Bullshit. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, you guys have a great day.